Maybe? Okay. Like, why? Why are you in this left turn lane right now? So, weird right turn here. Wow, but the car handles it beautifully. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. Today we are heading into Flint, Michigan. So this will be my first time going into a big city. Biggest city so far has been Ann Arbor, which is a city, but not all that big. Flint, I don't think will have a whole lot of cars and people. I'm not sure. I don't really go there at all, so I'm not that familiar with it, but it's somewhat of a bigger city. I want to start off showing how you would start a normal drive, though. I've been getting requests for that. So nobody's around. Let's say I'm parked on the side of the road here and I want to go somewhere. So first thing you would do, of course, you get in the car, you put it in drive. And so we're already in drive. So say I'm stopped here, I'm in drive in hold mode, and I would say navigate to downtown Flint. So it took a minute there to get it. Sometimes it's a little slower than others. So it does that, and now that the directions are in, or about to be, I can just double click the stalk there to put it into autopilot. So now the car is driving itself. Of course, I'm still in control, but the car is making all maneuvers at this point, and it just kind of goes and takes off. I can turn it on in my driveway, so I can start the day. I have to pull out of my garage, and then I can double tap the stalk in my driveway and it can continue out of there. It doesn't always do a perfect job, but it does good enough that most days I can just start full self-driving in my driveway and get taken to wherever I'm going for the most part. So let's get into the city and try to find some difficult, interesting situations for the system. So there was something wrong with my GoPro and it wasn't recording audio. Actually, the audio from the last clip was luckily from my phone that I was recording with. And then the GoPro ends up freezing, and I actually didn't miss much. I thought I had missed more than I did. But most of this part that you're seeing fast-forwarded just a bit, the car did a really good job. Only 2 reports, and then I do end up seeing that it's frozen and pulling over and resetting the GoPro. So enjoy. And of course, as I'm driving around here, GoPro decides to completely freeze on me. I have no idea at what point, but I will say we're in downtown Flint, like almost no traffic. There's a little more here, but going through some barren streets, which it'd be nice to interact with traffic, but at the same time, it's nice that we can, I can kind of let the car do what it wants because there's not a whole lot of traffic there. The car's been doing a pretty good job. I've reported 2 things so far. Once getting a little close to a curb and once made a weird right turn. So I will say, we're going to U of M in Flint, and we're going to go over a bridge. Somebody requested that. Phrasing was a little funny. And if you're enjoying the videos, consider subscribing, because 70 to 80% of people watching aren't subscribed. And now y'all are getting funny with me, saying you're happy that I give you a shout out every time. Well, you know what? I can't make you subscribe, but if you want to, it would be greatly appreciated. So we are now going over this bridge. This is probably not what you mean. This is like you can barely even tell you're on a bridge, but I will try to find a smaller bridge for you. So right turn to go to the U of M campus. A lot of these kind of raised median things for right turns, which the car seems to handle perfectly. And going right through that yield sign, which was great. Again, I never know if it's a fluke or not, but it did that correctly. So here we are, U of M Flint. Pretty funny, we're normally driving around U of M Ann Arbor, and this road is a dead end, so it'll be interesting to see how the car gets out of here. So let me cancel this and put in a new destination for us. I have no idea where, we'll just pick something. Yep, so here's the dead end. And the car is hitting the brakes. And so unable, it said, oh, unable to complete maneuver, please assist. It said that, yep. Unable to complete maneuver, please assist now. That's what it says. So it realizes it doesn't know what to do here. It's asking me to give it a hand. So I will back us up and start it again. And I can report that. There's a unable to complete maneuver message. The team, I'm sure, wants to see what was going on there. And I've said before, full self-driving cannot switch gears yet. So the car will not go in reverse. Like in Smart Summon, the car, when you use Smart Summon, can go reverse and forward as it needs to move around. Full self-driving beta is not doing that yet. I'm sure it'll get there, but we don't have that ability yet. So looks like we'll be taking a different route to get over to this next destination, which is great. So bad job there. It was going to turn into this little parking lot, and I'm making sure that guy's not getting too mad at me. So So it seems to be getting a little confused here. I'm still not doing anything. It's in the right turn lane, but it seems to know it needs to get out of that, which it does. All right, I need to turn it off because it keeps putting on that left turn signal as that guy is approaching from the left. So yeah, I was liking, I mean, it did need to get over, but it kept turning it on and off and on and off, so I didn't want to confuse them. I was liking the area before where there were no cars, because then I didn't have to interfere. Great job turning right on red. All right, this is pretty much our destination here, so I will let it make the turn. And put in our next one. Again, sometimes when we change destinations, it can confuse the car a little bit, but doing fine with that. That looks a little boring. Hold on, let me find something better. I'm just gonna stop here, there's nobody around. Car has no directions yet, but now it knows what to do. Maybe? Okay. Yep, figuring out its lane there. So putting its turn signal on when it's directly next to somebody is just a little awkward, but it did wait for them to move ahead and is now changing lanes. We do have a left turn coming up, so it does need to move over like this. So definitely confused with that left turn. I have no idea why. And still getting weird turn signals and blinkers. That's not correct, so I'm gonna take over. Oh boy, it was doing so well in the beginning. So it's moving over to get onto this highway. It's just not doing a great job of it. So then it, makes a really good move like that over to the right turn lane. Super impressive. So then those weird little quirks of strange left turns and turn signals, it's just so weird that the system can be so good sometimes and then make all those weird little mistakes. Not sure why it's down to 35 there. That might have been my fault. And now that, like, why? Why are you in this left turn lane right now? There is no reason for that. So I have to take over. So that stuff is so strange. I just don't get it. All right, let's navigate to one more spot. We can try to have the system on. Navigate to Rite Aid. So weird right turn here. Wow, but the car handles it beautifully. Another one of those raised kind of median right turn things. And then kind of stopping at the yield. Pretty appropriate if it's checking, for traffic, looking around for cars or anything. So this is not correct. So I'm gonna take over there, because it was getting in that left turn lane too early. Yeah, it's gonna take some weird way. All right, let's navigate home and see if it can get us out of here. Navigate home. Okay, so it changed its route really nicely there. It was going to take a left turn. It got the new directions, found out, oh, I need to go straight, and then it went straight. So that actually worked out really well. Going over some train tracks. Ugh, could have slowed down a little bit. Wow, that was a pretty good move. There were some raised bumps in the concrete there, and it seemed intentional, like the car kind of moved to not hit those with the tires. So, you know, I don't know if it was a coincidence or not, but whatever it did was perfect. A little goofy there, getting confused, and I took over because somebody was behind me, and it's always my problem, as you know. So coming up to this right turn, green light, so should not be a big deal there. Oh, this is interesting. Will we go around? It looks like it's going to path around, but they moved up for us, so not really necessary. That's a line for a Starbucks. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So overall, I hope I have a lot of the beginning. I hope the GoPro didn't freeze too early, because the beginning was really good in that, I mean, there weren't a lot of people around, but it was handling the streets well. It took some really nice right and left turns that were confident and just, I mean, just really good. It just started the left turn or right turn and just went through it and did it nicely. Unlike some of the ones we saw later where it started it and then kind of slowed down and did all this goofy stuff. So doing an okay job here getting onto the highway. But overall, just, yeah, some of those mistakes, like Beta 7, what is going on? We were on an update schedule. It seemed like Fridays we were getting updates, and then it changed. And so there's really no schedule as to when the software will be updated again. Is it coming out in the Christmas update, which will be sometime next week? It's the 20th, so Christmas update might be out by the time I post this. Who knows? Hard to say. I could see it happening. I mean, I could see them releasing it, okay, going over solid lines there. Oh, we are still in beta view. That's why it did that. So we can report that. Not supposed to go over solid lines. But other than that, I mean, it was safe. There were no cars there. Other than that, got us on the highway nice and safe, and the highway driving is working very well. So overall, I'm still insanely impressed with it. Some of those weird behaviors, though, I can't get over it. I wish those would just go away, but I don't know anything about coding and how they make this software do what it does, so I don't have much of a place to say if things should be easy or hard or whatever, but yeah. So anyway, looking forward to talking to you down in the comments and hearing your thoughts, how it performed in Flint. Maybe we'll go back there if you have any ideas for some interesting spots in Flint. But otherwise, I will talk to you down in the comments, and you will see me in the next video.
So Autopilot and I are happily driving along